You probably came across a lot of YouTube videos talking about credit hacks, increasing your credit score 100 points overnight, 200 points in 5 days, or something similar. So are any of these credit hacks too good to be true? In this video, I will share with you credit hacks that will actually work. This is based on my own personal experience and also working with hundreds of others. What's up, winners? My name is Nam. If you're new here, welcome. Here we talk all things personal finance and credit. Start out by subscribing so you don't miss out on any future videos. Today, we're gonna be talking about credit hacks that actually work. These are tried and true strategies that will help you boost your credit score, save money, and achieve your financial goals faster. So let's dive right in. Before we get into the credit hacks, it is essential to understand how credit scores work. Your credit score is a 3-digit number that represents your credit worthiness based on your credit history. The higher the score, the more likely that you'll be approved for loans, credit cards, and lower interest rates. The most common credit scoring model is the FICO score, which ranges from 300 to 850. The main factors that affect your FICO score are payment history, amounts owed, length of credit history, new credit, and credit mix. Now that we have a basic understanding of credit scores, let's move on to the credit hacks that will help you improve your score and financial health. The first and most crucial credit hack is to always pay your bills on time. Remember, your payment history makes up 35% of your credit score, so missing a payment can drop your score like a rock. The first hack is to always set up automatic payments. By automating your payments, you never miss a due date and you also reduce the risk of late fees. Some late fees can go up to $40. I don't care how much money you have, $40 is still a lot of money. Just make sure that you have enough money in your account to cover the payments and double check that the scheduled payments align with your due dates to avoid any issues. To make this hack even better is to call your credit card issuer and have them adjust the payments to all the same dates. This way, you know exactly which day to keep a higher checking account balance to cover the charges. Not all credit card companies offer this, but plenty do. The next hack is if you're struggling with multiple credit card payments, consider a debt consolidation loan or balance transfer credit card. This way, you can focus paying off one balance instead of juggling multiple payments with varying interest rates. Debt consolidation loans allow you to pay off multiple debts with a single loan, often at lower interest rates. I am a partner with AAA Debt Solutions that can help you consolidate your debt and even get you lower payments. The link will be in the description or comment section below. On the other hand, balance transfer credit cards offer a promotional low or 0% APR for a certain period, which can help you pay off your debt faster by saving on interest charges. However, be aware of balance transfer fees and ensure that you can pay off the balance before the promotional period ends. While this will still save you on interest, it will still affect your overall credit utilization. That moves me on to my next point. The next crucial factor in your credit score is credit utilization, which makes up 30% of your score. Credit utilization is a percentage of your available credit that you're using. The lower the utilization rate, the better your credit score. So the next hack is to aim to keep your credit utilization below 30%. If you have a $1,000 credit limit, try not to carry a balance more than $300. Even though this is the golden standard, based on my experience in working with others, anything lower than 10% is way better. To achieve this, you can either pay off your balances more frequently, for instance, bi-weekly instead of monthly, or reduce your overall spending on your credit cards. Now, when I'm talking about carrying a balance, I'm talking about the amount that's left over after the closing date. Each credit card will have this date. This will be the balance that is reported to the credit bureaus. The lower the number in relation to your credit limit, the lower your credit utilization. So this brings me on to the next hack. Increase your credit limit. Requesting a credit limit increase can help lower your credit utilization, but only if you don't increase your spending. Remember, the goal is to have more available credit, but not more debt. But be mindful that some credit card issuers may perform a hard inquiry when you request a credit limit increase. So be cautious about requesting an increase too frequently. Usually 3 months between requests is enough time. If you are unsure whether or not an issuer does a hard inquiry, just make sure to call the number on the back of your card and pop the question. If you do have an account with American Express, they rarely do a hard inquiry on credit limit increases, so you're generally safe requesting one with them. Now let's talk about length of credit history. The length of credit history is another important factor that makes up 15% of your credit score. It is based on the average age of your credit accounts and the age of your oldest account. So keep your oldest credit card accounts open even if you don't use it frequently. Keeping your oldest credit card active can help you increase the length of your credit history. To keep the account open and to prevent the card issuer from closing your cards, use the card occasionally for small purchases. And always make sure that you pay off the balance in full each month. What I personally like to do is to make a small Amazon reload of like $5 once in a while just to show some activity. Now, if you are new to credit and just starting out, consider becoming an authorized user on a family member's credit card account. This can help you establish a credit history without needing to qualify for your own credit card. As an authorized user or AU, you can piggyback on the primary cardholder's credit history provided they maintain a good payment history and low credit utilization. However, just make sure that the primary cardholder is responsible with their credit usage, as their behavior will also impact your credit score. The next factor that is in your credit score is your credit mix. The type of credits that you have accounts for 10% of your credit score. A diverse mix of credit, including revolving accounts like credit cards and installment loans like a mortgage or a car loan, can help improve your score. Now, you may not have this problem in this section. I think that most people have at least 1 or 2 credit cards and probably a loan already. You might already have a car loan or student loan, so this will count towards your diversity. So if you don't have at least 1 credit card or installment loan, then your next hack is to try to get one of these. So consider getting a credit builder loan or secured credit card to diversify your credit portfolio. Just make sure to research the best options for you and only take on new credit if you're confident that you can manage it responsibly. Credit builder loans are easy to come by, and most of them do not require a credit check. And they have very low monthly payments, so they're very easy to manage. I do have a bunch of credit builder reviews on this channel, but here are some that I do recommend. The first one is Kovo. So for $10 a month for 2 years, you can get an installment line of credit reported to the credit bureaus, and in exchange, you get access to their online courses about financial wellness. Self is another popular one where you can get a credit builder loan, and after your terms, you can get the principal back minus any interest. You also have the option to get their secured credit card, which will also help you build a revolving line of credit if you don't have one already. But if none of these credit builders are interesting to you, you can always take out a secure loan from your local bank or credit union, or even a personal loan. Now, I'm not telling you to get into debt just to build credit. If you are going to take out a personal loan, use it towards something that could be beneficial, like consolidating high interest debt or funding home renovations. So as for adding revolving lines of credit to your credit mix, the easiest way is by just applying for another credit card. If you are new to credit, your best bet is usually get cards that are geared towards people who have no or low credit, or even student credit cards, because those tend to have a lower barrier to entry. In addition, you may want to consider getting a secured credit card. The only downside with secured credit cards is that you do have to put down a deposit, which does serve as your credit limit. Now, there are other companies out there such as Kickoff that can give you a revolving line of credit. Kickoff reports to 2 out of the 3 major credit bureaus, and it starts at $5 a month. So it is a relatively affordable option if you do not want to get a secured credit card. All of the credit builders I have mentioned will be linked down in the description and comments if you'd like to check them out. Now, the last section of your credit score is new credit. Each time you apply for new credit, a hard inquiry is recorded on your credit report, which can temporarily lower your score. They have the most impact within the first year and remain on your report for 2 years. Hard inquiries make up 10% of your credit score. The next hack is to limit the number of credit applications that you should submit within a short period of time. If you are rate shopping for a loan, try to do so within a 14 to 45 day window, as multiple inquiries for the same type of credit within this time frame are typically treated as one single inquiry. This can help you minimize the impact on your credit score. So with that said, the next hack is before applying for credit, research your likelihood of approval. Many lenders and credit card issuers offer pre-qualification checks that don't require a hard inquiry. These pre-qualification checks provide an estimate of approval odds based on a soft credit pull, which does not affect your credit score. However, remember that pre-qualification is not a guarantee of approval, but more times than not, you have a higher probability of getting approved. So those are the hacks that pertain to each section of your credit. But building and maintaining a high credit score requires a bit of maintenance, which means that you need to regularly review your credit report. Monitoring your credit report is essential for catching errors and staying informed about your financial health. So the next hack is to request a free credit report from each one of the 3 major credit bureaus every year from annualcreditreport.com. So once you have them, make sure that you review the reports carefully, and if you find any errors, make sure that you have them corrected. Common errors that tend to happen include incorrect personal information, outdated account information, and accounts that don't belong to you. Resolving these errors can have a positive impact on your credit score. Now, there are plenty of websites and companies that offer credit monitoring, but the best combo is usually with Experian and Credit Karma. With Experian, it's straightforward, and plus you get info directly from the credit bureau. With Credit Karma, you get frequent updates about your credit, but I wouldn't pay too much close attention to their credit scores since they use a model that isn't widely accepted by most lenders. If you want something neater with 3 bureau reports so you can compare them all side by side, then you can go for a paid service like with ScoreMaster. So aside from getting monthly credit reports, you can also correct any errors with their software, which I think is a pretty great feature. On the topic of fixing errors, this brings me on to our next topic, which is credit repair. If your credit score isn't where you want it to be, or if you made some mistakes in the past, there are steps that you can take to fix it. First things first, This is already a hack that I already mentioned, which is paying down high interest debt first. Prioritize paying off balances with the highest interest rate to save money and lower your credit utilization. This can help you pay off the debt faster and improve your credit score the quickest. The next hack that most people don't know about is that you can actually request to reduce your APR or interest. All you gotta do is make a quick phone call and it's just a yes or no. I have seen people who had an APR of 24% reduced down to 12%. But as a reminder, credit card debt is still bad debt. But this can save you extra money while you're paying down the balance. Once you have tackled the debt, but you still have negative information on your report, the next hack is to seek out credit repair. You can either tackle this yourself or hire a company to do it for you. Doing yourself is entirely possible, but it does require some persistence and attention to detail. You can find a set of commonly used credit repair letters in the description below, or you can just create your own. Another shameless plug is that I do have a course on this particular subject linked down below as well. Now, if you don't have the time to do it yourself, you can always hire a credit repair agency. Before you ask, I no longer accept clients for credit repair. Unfortunately, I just don't have the bandwidth to do it anymore. I get that credit repair agents do get a bad rep because you don't know which companies are sketchy or which ones are legit. So I won't give any recommendations here. I would highly recommend finding a company that gives you a money back guarantee within 90 days just to make sure that they are actually doing the work. And if you don't see any progress by then you have the right to get a refund. By implementing these strategies, you can improve your credit score and achieve your financial goals. If you want to hang out with me some more and learn more about credit, check out these videos over here.